What was the dumbest thing you ever did to impress a girl? I tried to do a backflip. I've never done a backflip before, not even on a trampoline. So I would up just jumping backwards and hitting my head hella hard on the ground, and then I woke up and threw up a bunch. If she ever had a thing for me, which all my friends said she did, it was gone that day. I was in New Zealand, was going to a beach party with some girls from my hostel. To get to the party, you needed to take a $2 ferry across this inlet which was about 1 kilometre wide. I decided to swim it to impress the ladies. About halfway through, I realised that I'm slowly being swept out to sea and I'm losing strength. I'm not sure how, but eventually I made it to the other shore, about 100 metres away from the pier. The ferry had just docked, and I just nonchalantly walked over to meet the girls, as if I hadn't swum against a current to near exhaustion and almost died. Good side, it worked. I hooked up with one of them. Bad side, the $2 was for a round trip, and I still had to pay $2 to get back. I lied and said I had experience in journalism, because I didn't think we'd have anything except a brief encounter, when I'd actually only taken one class in college. Our first date she took me with to report on a local clash between police and citizens, and I got tear-gassed and robbed. Your like and subscription will really help my channel. Tried to raise a scooter down the steepest hill around. I misjudged my braking and crashed into the back of a funeral hearse and shattered the back window. There was a body inside and the family was outside, waiting to take the coffin inside. I got up, covered in blood and glass, grabbed my scooter and hobbled away to the nearest alleyway. When I was a teen, I took taekwondo classes, and there were 2 beautiful girls around my age. They liked to go and have a smoke behind the mall before class. I wanted to be cool and impress them, so I took up smoking too. It was about 2 weeks in when one girl came to class early, so I went and had a smoke with her. Then the next girl came in and wanted to smoke too, so I went and had another one with her. When we came back, we started doing our warm-up laps and I felt very queasy. I had to throw up, so ran outside, right next to the Dairy Queen. I threw up all over the glass wall where the cashiers and several people eating looked on in horror. I was very young and I bought a hedgehog to her, but her parents said no. I ended up keeping him and he was the sweetest boy, lived for 7 years. On a 4th of July date, I took her out on the lake in a canoe to watch the fireworks. It was awesome. Young macho me, of course, turned down her offer of help with a large canoe, and I manhandled that thing like it was nothing. I even put her in it while it was on the grass and continued manhandling it to show off just how strong I was. The next morning, I had to call into work sick because my back muscles were so strained. I couldn't get out of bed. My back was sore for over a week. Not really dumb, but kind of funny to look back on now. I wasn't good at sports, but I was fairly quick, so I joined the track team to impress a girl. Turns out the girl wasn't impressed by runners, but I did end up going to state in the 100-metre dash and placing second. I was abroad in Dominican Republic. They had a dance competition on a stage. Anyone could enter, and it had around 200 people watching. I was about 9-10-ish and spotted a cute girl who must have been around 14-15. So obviously I decided the best way to get her attention was to get up on stage and dance my heart out. Cue 3 minutes of awkward shuffling while maintaining constant eye contact with that girl and horrified looks from my parents. The coordinator cut me off early by pretending the speaker stopped working. I got a pity clap. In elementary school, when I walked by this girl I liked, I would pretend to chew gum and crack my knuckles cause I thought I'd look a cool. Jesus. Dating a gymnast in high school. We go to a park and I see parallel bars that are designed for stretching, but I'm convinced I can do a handstand on them because I'm awesome. She keeps insisting they are too far apart, but I don't listen. Attempt said handstand. They were indeed too far apart. So I collapse down, jamming my chest past my hands and tear all the ligaments holding my chest muscles to my breastbone. Good times were not had later or for a long while after. Ran into a busy road and saved a hedgehog for her. Wasn't run over, but my hands stung for a week. Everything worked out great for us. I made sure I was the one to return her jacket when she forgot it at school. When I gave it back to her the next morning, she blamed me for stealing it. We didn't end up together. I'm Girl. The guy I was seeing went on a vacation with his family for 2 weeks, and I had the key to his place to feed his cat. While he was gone, I painted his bathroom. He thought it was weird, but seemed mostly okay with it. But it worked. He married me in October. Getting up from the bleachers to play physical education dodgeball, I tried to pull my sweatpants off while yelling a "Let's do this." Ended up yanching off everything, boxers and all. She saw it. Tried to backflip from a 5-meter diving board. There was no flipping involved, just me falling on my back into a pool from 5 meter high. It didn't feel good. Don't know which one was more bruised, my back or my ego. Did a backflip from a tree about 5 feet up. Landed it, but the ground was slippery, and I used my hands to catch me falling backwards and broke my wrist. 10th grade me. You were literally a moron. Started smoking. Wanted to look cool and have an excuse to talk to her. It worked, but we only dated for a couple of months. Biggest mistake of my life. Your like and subscription will really help my channel. Thanks a lot for the donations.